we all right, back up. All right, Al, go ahead and finish your take.
Yeah, the last thing I would say is that, with Fournier out there, if this was against the Cavs where they didn't have the depth, that's one thing. But this Miami team, it's a different animal, as we're seeing. The grittiness is just it's tough to match right now, even for our starting our original 9 guys.
All right, we are back up and running, man. Having some technical internet issues, but we are back up and running. It's Post Game Live. Knicks lose 105-86. CP Fanchise, JD Sports Talk, Al Shataros on the 1s and 2s. Just waiting for some more people to come into the room. I don't even have this set up to launch it myself. That's the issue. All right, we'll make it do what it do, man. Jconz on the Discord. Jconz, go ahead and unmute your mic. Jconz going once?
Yo.
Yeah, we can hear you. Good.
Boys, oh my God. I'm gonna keep it short. Down here, right? All day, my Knicks, everything. Bro, what are we doing? Spoelstra put on a clinic. That was a clinic today. I just saw IQ his ankle sprain. Who's gonna shoot? Who's gonna shoot the ball? Yeah. Like where are we? If he can't play, which obviously he's not going to be able to play in Game 4. Randle, if he can't, I don't know, bro. That was I don't even have the words, bro. Like I was getting ridiculed. Like, bro, it was bad, bro. I can't even say anything, dude.
Yeah.
Like, where do we even go from here? If Grimes can't step up, I don't know who's gonna shoot the ball. Obi's too inconsistent. He's not. Where are we getting the shots from? We can't shoot, bro. There's a lid.
Yeah.
So like I don't even, bro. I honestly, I feel stupid even calling in. I don't even have the words right now. Because no, for real. Because Spoelstra put on a clinic, bro.
He did.
He put on, and he might be the best coach in the league. And I don't know. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, hang in there, man. Hang in there.
Yeah,
but I feel him, man. Go ahead, JD.
I don't know,
was
man.
Was that Alex or JD about to say something?
No, I think it was Alex.
I didn't have anything to say, but it's just tough, man. Just tough watching it. Just tough watching them struggle today. They never were in it, as you said, from the jump. That's the worst part. That's what hurts even more. It's not. I hate like moral victory losses. I don't like going that route, but in this game, it's like one thing where it's like, all right, it was a close battle. You could bounce back in Game 4. You can work something off of that, but like get some sort of confidence. It's tough, man. It's tough after a game like this where at no point were the Knicks close to taking the lead.
Yeah, not at all, man. And I'd always wondered just how far they can go with their style of offense because they're not an overly good shooting team. And again, a lot of it is predicated on Brunson and Randle being able to create for themselves and things flowing from there, their ability to get second chance opportunities, their ability to limit their turnovers. And now we're seeing where everything is going off. Brunson and Randle today, bad games along with RJ, turning the ball over all series and it leading to Miami points, not winning the second chance battle. So there's nowhere across the board. Where do you see positives from this game offensively? To me, there really weren't any. I mean, the one glimmer you had was when RJ went on that 6-0 run to start the third.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't go to him at all after that, man. So kind of frustrating, man. Definitely frustrating. You hope this one was just one of those nights and they can move forward and get it going for Monday.
I think, on the coaching end, I think we're giving Butler too much respect, man. think we're overcommitting. We're double teaming at times that we don't have to. There was one point where Butler was on the sideline, tightly defended by Hart, and he turns around to his weak side to shoot the fadeaway, and Brunson's coming from behind him. Jimmy Butler doesn't even see him coming. He double teams him for what? And that caused an open three. Like, I think, you know, and I think it was at halftime, he had like 15 points and 14 shots. And I talked about how you can look at the box score and say, oh my God, Jimmy Butler's shooting 50%, because the 50%. Yeah, but he's 7 of 14. He only got to the free throw line 2 times at that point, and it took him 14 shots to get 15 points, because Butler starts to raise his production when he starts to get to the free throw line. And I thought we were doing a good job on him, except on possessions that you overcommit. Because to me, I want him to get into that mindset of scoring the basketball, as long as we take care of everyone else. But it seems like we're trying to do both things at the same time, and then we're double teaming Butler too much, or at moments that we don't need to. And it's causing a lot of like rotation misses. People who are going to the left instead of going right. A couple times you saw Randle kind of just give up on a rotation because, oh, do I go to this guy or do I cover that guy? And they're not in sync on these rotations. So there needs to be better coaching on the game plan. If you're going to double team, make sure that the players understand where they need to go, because they don't look too in sync. And the Knicks really, their defense during the season, they really weren't a team that double teamed a lot because of the defenders they had with Quickley, with Grimes, with Hart. They played a lot of teams man to man. And now in the playoffs, when you decide to switch that up, you can have players not be in sync in their rotations. And I think you're seeing that they're going to have to make that adjustment. Number one, what is the game plan for game 4? Has to be number one. Number 2 has to be, am I going to make a change to the starting lineup? That has to be number 2. And then number 3, the players got to execute. And your star players got it. Like, I'm going to come back to the star players. Brunson and Randle have to show up.
They got to play better.
They definitely have to show up game 4. That's a fact. I don't care what production you get from everyone else. They have to show up game 4.
Big facts, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CPJD, Alex on the 1, 2s, and 3s, man. Knicks lose 106-85. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, a little bit of internet issues here, but we are making the best of it here. Shout out to Russell Whiskey, $5 super chat, says Julius Randle has the worst field goal percentage among players who average 15-plus field goal attempts in the playoffs since 1970. And the source of that is Brick Muse. So, yeah, it's got to be better, man. Definitely has to be better. Let's go to the Discord, man. Corso, what's good?
Hey, fellas, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Listen, I mean, I really think that like everyone's analysis tonight has been pretty much spot on, especially JD. JD, I was listening to the whole in-game commentary. I thought you did a great job tonight, by the way.
Thank you.
I just think that I think Thibs is really like dying on this hill of starting Hart. I know it's been said a couple times, but I just feel like it needs to be said again. Like, I don't understand. In the Cavs series, it made sense because Randle was kind of hobbled and you needed the rebounding. So you figure you get him out there, you kind of add some additional spacing, you know, to kind of pull one of those 2 bigs out of the paint. But like, we really, really need the shooting here, especially the quick trigger of Grimes, where he can just really get off these shots in tight spaces. I feel like he generally doesn't hesitate. And I just felt like we came out kind of flat at the beginning of the game. I really don't like how it turns into the Brunson and Randle show to start these games where they're shooting like, 15 of the 20 shots in the first quarter or whatever it was. It just puts us in a weird rhythm, and I think it sets a bad tone for the whole game. I just really don't like that. I think we need to really try to get other guys involved, and ultimately that kind of falls on Brunson. You're a point guard, you're our leader. Like you gotta get these other guys going, and ultimately, if the leaders on the team aren't showing a willingness to share the ball, then why should everyone else? And the other thing I want to say too, I don't think it's really been mentioned or talked about by anyone, is I think that Mitchell Robinson, I'm not sure if he's like still hurting or whatever, but he's getting these ticky-tack fouls. I mean, some of it is just kind of like rough calls from the refs. Some of it is Adebayo just like, outplaying him a little bit down low. But I just feel like he's not as aggressively trying to establish position to get these offensive rebounds. And I don't think it could be understated like how important a piece of that is to our offense, especially when we're not shooting well, because we really need those extra bites at the apple. Because like if you look at the box score tonight, it's not even like the Heat shot the lights out. You know what I mean? I mean, they just shot slightly less bad than we did, and they got up more free throws. And a lot of it is also kind of what JD said, like just too much respect for Jimmy Butler. I can't even tell you, probably like at least 10 of those free throws probably came off of like, we're trying to double Jimmy. They get us rotating. We're late to the rotation. We're hacking and whacking, and then they're putting up free throws. But anyway, game 4 is do or die. They really have to win this next game. If they win this next game, we take back home court.
Yeah.
So, and then at that point, we're cooking. But I mean, they really got to figure out a way to win this next game. So they have to gut it out. But that's all I got.
Got to figure it out, man. And as you said, it's not like the Heat just went out there and shot the lights out, but they set the tone early. And in each one of these games, what I've noticed that the Knicks start these games off too tight, man. They're too tight. They have no confidence. You got guys like Josh Hart scared to shoot. We're forcing shots, no rhythm on the offense. Before you know it, you're in the middle of the first quarter, you're down by 11. On the road, in the playoffs, third game of the series. You got guys banged up, like you're just putting yourself further and further and further behind the 8 ball. It's hard to catch up that way. You're playing catch up the entire time with a lackluster offense. It's going to be a tough job. And, you know, as far as Mitch, look, I think he's a little banged up, and I think Bam is getting the best of him.
That's crazy.
It's a tough matchup for him, man.
It shouldn't be.
I mean, you got to respect Bam a little more, bro. I think it's a tough matchup here, man.
On the boards, it shouldn't be. Not on the boards. Not on the boards when you're like 4 inches taller than him, and you can, in terms of the straight line jump, you might say maybe overall in terms of coordination and fluidness, Bam is a better athlete, but jumping straight up, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we love him here on KnicksFanTV, blocking this monster.
Yeah.
But we just called you a monster against Jared Allen. You made him into a baby. Those were 7-footers.
Yeah.
I'm not about to say that because, against a 6'8" power forward, that I don't think it's as tough a matchup. Bam has been, if you want to call based on expectations of what the Heat thought, I think he's been a disappointment in terms of those standards. I don't know. We're just giving too much respect to the Heat, in my opinion, man. I don't know, man.
It's been tough watching Mitch, man, because it's not necessarily that Bam is overpowering him muscle-wise. I think it's just more down to a technical aspect, like his positioning on rebounding, boxing out, just knowing where the rebound is going to be. And right. I think that's just as a whole for the team. Yeah. And I think that's just the thing for the Heat as a team as a whole, is that they're just more locked in right now. They're more disciplined. And when you watch the Knicks, right? I mean, we did the whole breakdown with Brady, and we discussed how the Heat are capable of just waiting 2 seconds left in the shot clock to get their shot down, to knock down their shots. That's discipline. The Knicks have to be disciplined in matching that same intensity. How many times did we see today guys not closing out on the perimeter? How many times did we see guys just allowing easy layups coming down the lane, right, and not closing out, or just getting out of position and just swiping with their hands? Like, you can't play the Heat like that. This team is hungry. This team is gritty. They're just as gritty as you are. So you got to match that type of intensity, and you got to be that aware, because the reason the Miami Heat are winning these games is just they're playing down to the details. It's nothing that they're overpowering the Knicks with. As we talked about, it's not the shooting, it's not the rebounding, it's none of that. The one category that they're beating us in is out hustling us.
Yeah,
the amount of 50-50 balls today that the Heat got was absurd, but that was all due to sheer will of wanting to win. The Knicks have to have that same type of passion if they want to compete with the Miami Heat.
I got straight up out hustled, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's hear from more of our channel members, man. Sekou on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Sekou going once. All right, we don't have Sekou. Eric Atlas on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear. How you feeling?
Not too great after the game for sure, but I do got to say though that there are things that we saw in the first loss, and I know it sounds bad talking about another loss, but I just want to compare because it was at least closer, like 7-point loss. That the points off turnovers was so drastic. Like I think it was like 22-9.
Yeah.
In the first game, in the first loss, as opposed to it was split or it was way less on our side. There's just so many things they didn't do, like you guys are saying, like out hustling, keeping each other in the game. You know, RJ has a great start. We think we're going to get the same RJ that was, you know, giving us more hope for what he could be. All this talk for him, you know, and then he disappears when he could be doing maybe for Jalen when Jalen's not, you know, got everything hitting.
Yeah.
Or Julius.
Well, he came out
in the
to
core or
the
whatever.
run. He knocks down the three, gets a 3-point play, and then they didn't feed him for like a couple of possessions after that. So it's a little bit frustrating. That was in the third quarter when they were trying to make their run.
Yeah. Grimes getting 2 threes and Hart seeing him, or not seeing him rather, you know?
Yeah. 13 turnovers for 22 points in game 1. 13 turnovers, they gave up 22 points. In game 2, in the game 2 win, they turned it over 11 times. They gave up 22 points. So they gave up 22 points over turnovers in both games 1 and 2. And tonight they gave up, I believe it was 16 points. Let's see. Off of turnovers, they gave up 16 points over 13 turnovers.
They were leaking out. Yeah, they were doing like Obi Toppin flashy dunks in the leak outs. Like
little
what was
things,
going on with
man.
that?
You know, you're looking at all of the things that made this Knicks offense go. It's coming back to bite them.
Yeah,
it's coming back to
like
bite
Josh
him.
Hart is not being that connector right now, and it's like, why are we seeing bizarro Josh Hart hurt the team like moment to moment? What is that?
Yeah, well, it's part of it is him being not confident in the shot. He's scared to shoot.
That's true.
The way the Heat are playing him, they're playing him for his drives. You even saw in transition, they started double teaming him in transition. He turned the ball over early in the game. So he's having a tough go at it. I just think they got to look at it and get Grimes. I don't see the reason to not start Quentin Grimes. You can still close it hard.
I see people saying that too.
You
I
can
agree.
still close it hard. You can still give Hart meaningful minutes against Butler and get him in there in the closing lineups where he serves best. But I don't see in the starting lineup. I just think this team, they get off to too slow of starts, especially when he's out there starting. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I gotta have hope though. I feel like we can't get too low on it. Like,
no,
this is how we felt after game 1.
Yeah,
and then we felt ready to jump right back out the window off the next victory. So I'm ready to get right back to that.
Let's get back to it, man. Thanks for the call, man.
If you're a Knicks fan, I know you know a loss is a loss. There's a lot of different feelings when a series is a 2-1, and I know the feeling today is going to be a lot worse because of the box score and the score of the game. But if you're a Knicks fan and you want to look at the optimistic perspective, which is also a realistic one, the Heat are not doing anything that is going to make me go to sleep tonight and say, man, we're in trouble. We can't stop that. They shot 22% from 3. They shot 38% from the field. I'm not losing sleep on that. They still scored 105 points. Like you look at the season, these were high scoring games around the NBA. So from an optimistic perspective, it's not like we got smoked tonight and they shot 50% like it happens a lot when teams blow out the other team. You look at the box score, you're like, man, that team went off from 3. That team went off from here and there in the 4th. It's not that. Right now, it's a Knicks thing.
Self-inflicted.
It's self-inflicted. How many unforced turnovers and errors we had today?
Yep.
Unforced.
Out of bounds, airmailing guys.
Obi trying to give a pass to Brunson, nowhere going out of bounds. Randle miscommunication on the pass, nowhere goes out of bounds. A lot of unforced basketball is happening on the Knicks end, and they're not making shots. So if they win game 4, this thing is going 7.
Yeah.
It's going 7. If the Knicks go back to the Garden 2-2, I think this thing is primed for a 7-game series. Obviously, the Knicks have to make sure they win game 4.
Got to.
But I think you can see it. This is primed for a 7-game series.
Got to. Got to, man. I want to salute some of the super chats that have come in the previous streams. As I said, we had lost some internet access here. And so we are catching up. We're slowly getting back up to speed. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Thank you to our friends from Bleacher Report for tuning in. Joseph J, $10 super chat says, everyone collectively playing bad is not a coincidence. It's a loss of confidence in Thibs. I don't see that. They play they play ball their whole lives. They're not dumb. His schemes don't work, and they know it. Hence, no energy. I don't think that, man. That they're in overtime in the playoffs. These guys are banged up, man. It's an endurance game as much as it is execution on the X's and O's, man. I think that's part of it. It's not just all they bailed on Thibs. No, it's not all that. Thibs needs to work on the rotations, absolutely. Spoelstra's out coaching him, absolutely. But a lot of this is on players executing right now, and they just aren't. Enzo Boza, $5 super chat says, Heat Nation, LMAO should have been a sweep. Why do you guys act like you guys have been alive to see the Knicks get out the second round? Hashtag Heat Nation. All right, well, he spent the super chat. He's rambling nonsense. $5 super chat from Alien Emoji says, all these Heat fans feeling themselves way too much right now. All of that just for them to end up losing this series anyway. Let's go Knicks. I like that one. 10-pound super chat says Thibs is filled the Alec Burks hole in his heart with Josh Hart. Prepare for him to start the point next game and play 48 from this moment on. Shout out to Knicks Nation from London Town. Here we go again. Salute, man. Salute.
How does Alec Burks always come up? How? As CP has a smile about, yes, my guy Alec Burks.
Hey, we could use him off the bench
we'll see. That super chat is funny, but it we'll see because it is kind of true. Like, we're all over here thinking about the obvious adjustments. Will Thibs make the obvious adjustment? We talked, because now you see that's the problem you face is you've played the veteran multiple games as a starter. Now you're going to tell that veteran to go back to the bench.
Yeah.
That's not always an easy conversation, even though fans think it's just that easy. But Thibs created that. So sometimes you think, man, he may not even want to mess with it and just continue to stay with Hart as a starter. So we'll see. Is the flexibility there? I think it's one of the obvious changes, and we'll see if he does it.
True indeed, man. Salute to Knicks Nation once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hey, tough one. Knicks lose 106-85, man. We're gonna download some post-game quotes and get those to you guys in a little bit once we get those up. But in the meantime, let's go to the Discord, man. Hear from some more of our channel members. GettyLucks, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hello, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How you feeling?
Yo, what's up, CP? Shout out you, Alex, JD. It was a pleasure chilling with y'all opening night with that game that we went to and we got the dub. Moving on to the game. Watching the game, man, I'm right with y'all. Like, I'm kind of tight. I'm watching like the game and I just feel like Hart shouldn't be starting the game, man. Like, we have no shooters like on the starting lineup. Like, Brunson, RJ is like pretty streaky. You don't know what you're gonna get from him. Hart, he's not gonna necessarily really shoot. He made a couple threes these games, but he's been like hesitant. Randle, I can't really trust him. And Mitch, he's not necessarily gonna do anything on the offensive end. Like, I get it that you want him to guard like Butler, but I feel like Thibs needs to stop being stubborn, man. He needs to just put Grimes in, and he needs to have RJ guard Butler. If anything, it'll be a better matchup because Hart is shorter too. He's like 6'5", I believe.
Yeah.
And Butler's like 6'7". And think about it. How many shots did Butler make? He made like a couple mid-range like fades over like Hart. Like, man, it's not working, man. Like, I get it, but I just feel like Thibs just needs to just trust RJ, man. Like, we're in the second round of the playoffs. At this point, you might as well just put him on him. And if anything, you could put Hart in early. Like, you don't have to wait until deep into the second quarter to put him in. You could start with RJ and you could have Grimes and they could at least respect us from like the 3-point line. The space won't be better. Yeah. I'm just watching the game and everything just looks so dead, man. It's just like, damn, like it looked like they didn't want to come out to play. Like, the only person that was really playing was like really Brunson.
True story, man. With 3 games off too, that was a little disappointing, man. 3 games off and you still can't match the intensity of this Heat team. That was just Is this?
Yeah, man. It was really frustrating, but like, listen, I'm gonna put my trust in Thibs to make the adjustments, but man, he has to do it, man. And another thing that I want to end off on is like Randle. I just want to see more tenacity out of him, man. Like I'm watching the game and it's just like I don't know, man. I feel like he could put more heart into the game. It's just like I don't know, like I watched every game this season, and there's games where like I see Randle, and it's just like I see like he's on top of like every single play. It looks like he cares. Like this game, I'm not gonna say that, you feel me, he doesn't care. Obviously, we want the dub, but I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about like championship pedigree, he could put more heart into the game. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna close on that.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch y'all next time y'all have like an event.
Sure.
Last game was pretty dope, but thanks for having me on.
Thanks, bro. Thank you. Let's hear some post-game sound bites. You know, Brunson didn't look so good at the end of this game. Looked like he tweaked his ankle a little bit. Let's hear what Jalen Brunson had to say at the podium. Here it is.
Jalen, I think I know how you're going to answer this, but is your ankle impacting you while you're out there?
How am I going to answer it?
You're going to say, I'm good to play, and that's it.
I'm good to play, and that's it.
Just give the answer.
All right. Al, you laughing? What do you think? What do you think about that one?
I think Ian Begley is just awesome when teeing that one up for Brunson.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ian Begley for that one. But yeah, like Brunson's a warrior, man. He's gonna play through it. That's just it's game 4. Everything's on the line.
Game 4. It's game 4, man.
And it's unfortunate because I do think the ankle is affecting him.
Yes.
You could see he's having trouble getting by Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry.
Right.
Even in these rare moments where Spo does give him a clear like isolation play, they don't help. He's having trouble getting by players. It's like, and he's stopping a lot in the paint, stopping his dribble early. So I do think it's affecting him, but hey, he's going to play. And if he's going to play, he has to play well. And it's unfortunate too, because if the supporting cast is not playing well, basically he's going to have to be perfect. Because quite frankly, I know Randle had this good game and he showed some glimpses against the Cavs before he re-aggravated the injury. But let's be honest, Randle's profile is not a playoff performer right now. He's building that. He has to build that. He only has one good game, and that was last game, and he went back to being awful today. So while we say game 4, this and that, we don't know what Randle's showing up in game 4. Quite frankly, we don't know. And I know a lot of people like to say that he plays well against the Heat. I want people to show me where, because when you look at the last 2 seasons, he has not shot well against the Heat. So, you know, I saw Charles Barkley say, oh, he has the Heat number. Like, where?
No. How? Charles doesn't watch the Knicks, so he's just rambling.
If you look at, I mean,
all they had to do was tell Underdog to give him a stat sheet for the season. Go and download the information and put it in front of me.
I mean, just look at this season. March 29th, he had 3 points. He only played 15 minutes. But he had 3 points. He was 1 of 5. March 22nd, he had 15 points, shot 43%, 1 of 5 from 3. March 3rd, that's when he had the 43-point game. I think everybody looks at that one game where he was 8 of 13. They look at that one game. The game before that, 23 points, shot 42%, 3 of 9 for the 3. The game before that, 11 points, shot 13%, 2 of 15. The game before that, 11 points, shot 5 of 12, 41%, 0 of 3 from 3. That's his last 2 seasons against the Heat. One good game.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the game 2 in the playoffs, you take that and you combine that with his playoff against the Hawks, which was awful, and then now, you know, against the Cavs, he struggled coming off the ankle injury. I mean, sooner or later, I'm not going to use the ankle as an excuse. Sooner or later, I'm going to look at recent history, and I'm going to look at his matchup history against the Heat, and I'm just going to say, yo, this guy is not performing when we need him to. So game 4 is a Knicks. How about this? Game 4 is a Knicks legacy game for Julius Randle. I'm calling it. Game 4 is a Knicks legacy game for Julius Randle. I talked about how game 2 was a mini legacy game for Jalen Brunson. being a star and us needing to win that must-win game 2. And he delivered. Julius Randle also delivered. But now game 4 to me is a Julius Randle. Because if both players, let's say both players don't play well, who you think is really going to get most of, Brunson will be a disappointment.
Yeah.
Randle to me will be more of a, I don't know what we're going to do now at this point.
Well, I think Brunson being here has covered Julius from a lot of the pressure and the negativity. Well, not the negativity, but just the doubts in terms of can he deliver in the postseason. But Brunson being here is kind of covered for him. And I think even though they will win on Monday, if they don't, I think he'll still be shielded because Brunson is here. And I'm not so sure because Brunson is here and he's new here that he's going to take a lot of heat. You get what I'm saying? I think it's a little bit different because it is, to me, it's Brunson's team now. But because he's new here and he's got a resume coming off of last year, I don't think he gets killed that much if they lose this game.
I think he will if Brunson plays well. If Brunson plays well and he doesn't,
yeah, that's fair.
He will get destroyed.
Yeah.
Because there's no other talking points. There's no other way to look at it, right? Like now you're down 3-1. And a lot of people are going to feel like, man, if Randle could have showed up, we were the better team. So I think I think you're right for the most part, but it is a little bit of circumstance depending on how the game goes.
Let's so you go ahead and say what you want to say. Huh? Go ahead.
No, it's tough. I think to your point, like, I don't know. It's it'd be hard because I know it's the playoffs and everything's magnified in the playoffs, but would somebody say, well, look what he did during the regular season? You talk about the one game against Miami. It looked like he was really getting back into rhythm against Cleveland. Do you just is there any course where you just look at those games and be like, there's possibilities there, but maybe everything's thrown out of whack because Josh Hart's there. And you got to look back and say, hey, the lineup, the road, and everything else is not suiting the entire team because it's not just Randle at this point. It's everybody else that's out of whack. Okay. So
yeah,
can you look at it from that aspect and say, well, maybe if Thibs, and do you throw it at Thibs at this point saying, hey, Thibs, why didn't you go with the lineup that was working for you when the guy came back?
Well, I just think that the thing with Julius is, it's what he's been. He's a tough shot shooter. And if he's not able to get to the basket, bro, he got to the free throw line for the first time by like the middle of the third quarter.
Let's not talk about free throws today, man. Because first of all, can we stop having Randle do the technical free throws? Can we please get Brunson?
That's one thing. That's one thing.
That's something that needs to stop.
But my point is, take Jimmy, for example, right? He's got a busted ankle. He has a busted ankle. Doesn't shoot the ball well. But what he does, he went 9 for 21 from the field. But one thing you can rely on for Jimmy is that he's going to draw contact. He's probably the best in the league at doing so. He got his 11 attempts. Randle got his first 2 free throw attempts in the middle of the third quarter. That tells you right there where his shots were coming from. It's from the perimeter, and he's a tough shot shooter. Those things are not always going to fall. In game 2, they were falling for him. In game 3, not so much. So you have to get to the free throw line, draw contact, be aggressive, and then maybe from there your rhythm will flow. But if you're just going to be out there on the perimeter, you're going to make things a lot harder for yourself, man. Daniel, let's hear from Julius Randle. He did have a little dust up with Cody Zeller, the janitor. Let's hear from Julius Randle on what that was all about, man. It's Julius at the podium.
What happened at the end of the third quarter with Zeller?
For me, it's not irrelevant.
Okay. So there that was. Rapid fire from Julius. Not relevant. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was looking at the replay 100 times on that play. Like, I didn't know if did Julius kick him in the junk or something, but Zeller just threw him into the stanchion. I don't know what happened there, man. I thought Julius was just making a play. He was boxing out, and Zeller just pushed him out of frustration, man.
There's for some players, I'm speaking for Zeller. There's some players that when you match up against, you get frustrated because you can't match their physical strength.
Yeah.
And that could be someone like Zeller who, he's hustling, he's trying to box out, he's trying to be physical, he's trying to be aggressive, but there's just some opponents where you're just like, this is very irritating. I can't get to where I want to be on the court, and I can't do the things I'm normally good at. And so not only is it impacting his game mentally, but now he's going to take that frustration on Randle, who's more physical than him and stronger than him. And so that's probably what that whole dust up was. But as JD pointed out earlier, you saw some tension between Randle and Zeller earlier in the game. And at some point it was just, it wouldn't be a true Miami Heat Knicks New York Knicks series without some scuffle.
True indeed, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's go to Rambo from Tampa. Rambo, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, hey, real quick, while we on this Randle topic,
yeah,
was anybody else hoping like for a Randle outburst? Any signs of that he was alive out there? Like I was sitting back here like, yo, this I want you to throw a fist or something. I want you to get mad or something. He just seemed so laid back today. He seemed like he was in Miami, like he was on the beach. But I don't want to stay on this topic with him, man. I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll save his conversation for the offseason. That's how I feel about that. All right.
Okay.
Coach Thibs, I love him. I love Thibs, man. He came in here, he changed the culture. Now we got a winning culture. Now we're talking about the Knicks in May. Talk to me nice. I love that. But that's where it drops off for me, man. I feel like he coaches desperately. Like he's a desperate coach. Oh, let's throw Obi in there at the end of the game. Obi, I need something for you. Yeah, Obi needed something from you all year, minutes. That's all he's been asking for. And then to stay on topic with Obi, I'll be real with you. McBride, I love him. And yeah, he should come in and take some Quickley minutes. But I really want to throw Obi at the three.
No.
Wait, hold on. Let me explain. I know. It's not
Rambo, he's getting smoked out there defensively, man.
But listen,
smoked at the floor.
See that block? Did you not see that block, man? They don't have no uber athletic guys over there. Obi runs around that court like a madman. And that's what we need. We need somebody who's going to close that gap, man. And that's the only reason why I say that, man. Give some minutes to him. Give some minutes to Grimes. And keep do situational. I don't know,
Listen,
man. We're in the playoffs. We need to switch things up. We knew here.
Look, I hear you, but at the three, we're going a little crazy. Your best.
We're getting Obi at the three, Fournier.
Yeah. If Obi at the three, no way.
I mean, I'm waiting for the Daquan Jeffries call.
Look, your best bet though would be go small. He's playing small with Bam. Go Julius and Obi again. Space the floor out. Get some proper floor spacing out there. Give me a lineup with Brunson. You go Brunson, Grimes, RJ, Julius, and Obi. Why not? For a little bit.
Say it again. Brunson.
He said Brunson, RJ, Grimes, Julius, Obi.
Julius, Obi. You don't go Obi
I like
at three. Why not? Why not try that? You go. They go with Bam at the five.
Don't worry. Tiz is listening. He's looking for anything right now because he doesn't know what he's doing with his rotation. So don't worry. Tiz is probably listening right now. I'm going crazy. I'm at the second. I'm about to say, put Mitchell at the one. I don't care right now, man. I want to see what my guys got right now, and I need Tips to tighten up, man, with the rotations. I need my guys to understand this is the playoffs, and we need to play through play. You're not gonna get the whistles y'all was gonna get in the regular season.
Yeah,
I was tired of saying that today too. Like play through the plays. You can see the difference between playing the Cavs and the Heat. This is an experienced team.
Yeah.
Experience. They're playing through everything. They're not looking for calls. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. We're showing how inexperienced we are, but that's okay. This is our experience right here. Don't worry about it. We're in good hopes right now. Hey, hold our heads high right now.
Yeah, shout out to Rambo, man. Shout out to Rambo, man. What'd you guys think of that call? Rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Rambo's trying to make some radical changes out there.
Seeing small ball for Thibs that he wants to do it, that's radical for Thibs. We talked about Nikias asked me that on the pregame preview show.
Nikias did say, why not go small?
He was like, do you see Thibs going small? And I was like, No, not out of necessity. And it was like the situation today, like I talked about. It was like, unless your centers are in foul trouble, something along those lines. And that's where we got it.
Yeah.
So
And I'll say this with Spoelstra, right after game 2, one of his first remarks in the post game was, listen, we can't wait to get back to Miami for game 3. Like, he was setting the tone from the post game of a game 2 loss in terms of these guys. He said these guys in the locker room, they can't wait for Saturday. Saturday can't get here sooner enough. For a coach to set that tone after a loss in a post game interview and talk about what they're looking forward to, and then for them to respond that way and basically outclass, out-hustle the Knicks, we should have seen that coming from that moment. And the Knicks just looked like they just weren't expecting this.
Yeah.
And to me, that right there, I have to put it on Thibs. This team did not have the intensity. You even saw it. I had some volume in the play-by-play. So you even saw Thibs trying to get them going in terms of telling them, come on, they're out hustling us. But sometimes if you're saying that during the game, it might be too late. And tonight, it was too late for that.
And let's hear from Thibs at the podium and get some of his post-game thoughts, man. Let's hear from Thibs.
What did you make of Julius's effort?
Like I said, I thought defensively we were solid, but I thought offensively we didn't play the way we wanted to. So, and I don't put it on any one player because I think it's done collectively. And if we have, 3 guys in the right spot and one guy not, then the whole unit suffers. So everyone's got to do their job. They got to understand what their job is and got to do your job.
All right. That was Thibs's reaction there. Al, what's your take on it, man?
Yeah, man, like the defense was okay. I think the thing is that I expect this team to play solid defense. I'm looking for the offense, man. Like, what are we doing offensively to get these guys in rhythm? I think it was a Corso that called in earlier and saying, like, we got to stop running through Julius and Brunson so much in the first and get everyone else into rhythm. And that's what we saw in game 2 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Where Brunson started to go get his first and it just didn't shake out. The defense will be fine with this team. Although I would like to see them match Kyle Lowry's intensity of just diving on the floor for loose basketball. I would like to see some of that. But offense, man. Ask them about the offense because they got to get that thing back in rhythm. Look, the shooting numbers for Miami Heat, as we talked about, are not great. You got to match the offense has got to step up. That's the real question.
Yeah. No question about it, man. No question about it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CPJD and Alex on the 1, 2s, and 3s. Let's get to who we want to get to on the Discord. HP Cuzco on the Discord. HP Cuzco, go ahead.
What's going on? HP Cuzco.
HP Cuzco, let's go.
All good, all good. Hey, I'm out in the country, so if my signal drops, that's on me.
All right.
Listen, I completely agree with you guys. I'm going to go rapid fire. We need 5 guys out there that can get a bucket. 5 guys that can score. I think our problem right now is that we're not doing a great job of matchup hunting. Like, Kevin Love is great. Duncan is great. Gabe is cool too, but I don't think we're doing a good job of trying to put these guys in situations where we can attack them in game matchups. Like, a lot of times we got guys out there with 2 fouls, 3 fouls. We need to be attacking those matchups and running things to put them in awkward positions. We're doing a lot of ISO and the defense just gets to sit back, and they have a great defense. And I think that we need to do more handoffs, more motion to get them not just staring at, okay, he's going left. And one last thing, we got 3 left-handers that all occupy the same space. Randle needs to spend some time with the second unit. Randle needs to spend some time with the second unit where he can get the left side all to himself and it don't be so clogged up with RJ and Jalen. Like, it's a unique situation. I don't know too many NBA teams that have had 3 left-handers starting in the same lineup, but it's something that we need to pay attention to because right now we're dead in the water and we're not attacking matchups. We're not getting respected on anything. And we need 5 guys that's going to go out there and ball out. Mitch is awesome, but throw Obi in at the 4, throw Randle in at the 5, and then we can do Grimes, RJ, hopefully Quickley is back, whatever. But we need 5 guys that can shoot the ball, 5 out on these guys, and we'll win. But this, like I said before, this slow type of pace ain't going to work against them. So that's my take on it. Great post-game coverage, as always.
Appreciate it,
you guys are the best. And, yeah, peace and love, man. We hit 7 games. That's where I'm at.
Let's go. Be safe out there, man. Be safe out there. Shout out to Rare Edition Fanchise channel member for 2 months. He says game 4 intensity has to be at an absolute maximum. We got to be better. Got to be better. Cynthia, shout out to Cynthia, Fanchise channel member as well. $5 super chat. Says he came out hustling, smothering, and we looked shook, especially Randle. He looked like he didn't even want to be there. Thibs outcoached as always. Yeah, well, it's like, with Julius, man, you can sometimes tell how the game is going to go based on early energy. You could tell, man, when Julius got his fastball, he's on. And when he's not, oh boy.
When he misses his first couple threes, it's gonna be a long night. And it might be a long night. And he easily lets that affect his energy on the defensive end.
Oh, yeah. And that's why I was saying get to the basket, draw contact, and maybe you start feeling good about yourself. But he didn't pick up his first 2 attempts until mid-3rd quarter, I think it was. So that tells you everything you need to know. And then on the Heat side, they're vets. They're vets. They play off of their vets. It's Jimmy. It's Bam. It's Kevin Love. 9 rebounds, 4 assists for Kevin Love. And now you got Lowry off the bench cooking everybody. Who saw that coming?
Ugh.
Who saw that coming? These Cal Lowry games off the bench.
What really bothered me was when he bodied Quick into the post. That was, I was like, at that point for me, I was like, this game's wrapped.
Body Quick.
Bro, do you think Quick is losing a lot of money in these playoffs?
Yes.
Oh, them starter dollars ain't knocking on his door. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it was ironic how I think it was just I think it was yesterday. This video or the day before yesterday, this video on Twitter was going around of him. He made a interesting comment where he said, I don't know why people have pegged me as a 6 man with the Lou Williams because of that whole Lou Williams episode that I had with him. A lot of people think, and he says, but actually Steph Curry's always been my best player. And then he had like a awkward kind of pause after that, as if to say, you guys need to chill calling me a 6 man because I have higher goals than that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what an interesting time to post that video for the outlets, because he looks anything but an NBA starter right now. And you can see the difference between the NBA regular season and the playoffs. And it's also going to be interesting how teams around the NBA look at certain personnel moves, because if there's ever been a crazy playoffs, it's been this one. All these lower seeds beating the higher seeds kind of has had a little bit of a different approach on how you view the NBA season.
Yeah, it's a true story, man. And now you're looking at losing Quick definitely for game 4, and who knows, man, he could barely walk off the court. And unfortunately, Bam rolled up on his ankle. And Daniel, if you find that clip, I think we did put it up on the KFTV Twitter, at KnicksFanTV on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Just an unfortunate injury, man. Because I felt like he was starting to find something there in this game, and just unfortunate that he gets rolled up on. Thibs says it's an ankle sprain. Hopefully it's not a high ankle sprain. But you got to figure he's out for game 4. That's unfortunate, man. But
Deuce.
The deuce is loose.
We need a Portland game from Deuce. Remember that game I went crazy?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Like, CP, where you at? We need that type of game. That's the type of game we need.
Yo, that was the game everybody sent them to Springfield, man. They put him in the All-Star game. They put him as a starter. They was I told you so. This was all coming out. But you know what? As I said at the beginning of the series, we need a disruptor, though. Even though our defense has been fine, we need somebody that can help us disrupt and get us easy points. How do we generate offense? Get out in transition, force turnovers, force bad decisions, disrupt in the passing lanes. Give me a couple minutes. Give me a couple deuce minutes. 10, 12 minutes. I tell you this, Kyle Lowry is not doing all of that with McBride out there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Those must-have games, when you play scrappy players in those must-win games, sometimes those are the players that set the tone for the rest of the team.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
In terms of the 50-50 balls that are around the basketball court, in terms of getting the loose balls, getting turnovers, creating turnovers, being aggressive, just setting an attitude tone.
Yeah.
Must win games. Those players are the ones that actually have an imprint on those games. So this is actually could set up for a very great opportunity for Deuce to play maybe 12, 15 minutes. If definitely 12, 15 minutes if Quickley doesn't play at all.
Yeah. I don't think I gotta say Quickley's out, man.
He's
no
out.
way. There's no way possible he's playing that fresh off an injury.
It's not official. I'm just thinking. That's just me predicting. I don't.
I'm just saying it's kind of hard to see you sprain your ankle like that and then you're back playing. I mean, you're talking about Bam rolling on it, man. Like this is not something like it's stepping on it. Like you saw that thing, his foot got caught under Bam's body and then he twist. That I don't see how you can come back.
But
quick from that one.
Let's go to Thibs on the quick injury. Here's what Thibs had to say on that one.
Quickly, is that a knee or a
ankles? Yeah, sprained ankles. So we'll know no more tomorrow.
His use is putting Thibs sometimes for these things.
Yeah, sprained ankle, man.
Let's go to Thibs for Emmanuel Quickley. And you think you're gonna get, yeah, he was able to get back.
Yeah,
looks to be walking. We think he'll be fine. Nope, we'll see. We'll know more tomorrow.
We'll see tomorrow.
Can you imagine Thibs as a weather reporter? Thibs, with the weather right now, how is it outside? Rain.
It's raining.
Do you see the clouds? There's clouds and there's a lot of yellow. So I think that means we'll be okay. But let's wait till tomorrow till we find out.
True story, man. True story. And look, the thing with Deuce, off your bench, he's the freshest legs you got. Think about it. He's the freshest legs you have left. Hart has a bum ankle. You got Grimes nursing the shoulder. Brunson ankle. Julius ankle. Mitch everything. You set the Deuce loose, man. See what's happening. Let's see what goes on. To the
He's
Discord.
gonna be hungry defensively.
Definitely. To the Discord we go. Dave G, let's go.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good, man. How you feeling?
I'm all right. That was rough. That was probably the most frustrating game I've experienced all year. But I mean, I've missed most of the show, so I hope I'm not repeating a bunch. But I think this is a prime example of an elite coach versus a good coach. I think, like you guys just hit on it. Like Thibs is folding his arms across his chest and sitting down watching these runs, but then he's not doing anything. Like you got Mitch is a great player. I love Mitch, but whenever he's in drop coverage, like Miami's getting into the paint all they want to, and Spo knows how to take absolute advantage of it, and we're not able to get over screens well enough. That's one thing that Deuce McBride is quite good at. So like you just said, throwing those 10, 12 Deuce minutes in there, getting some steals, forcing some shot clock violations, some stuff like that, it changes the game because it not only changes those possessions, but it alters the mindset. Like some of the body language today, like it was just, you could tell they were frustrated out there, man.
Yeah.
We got to get back at it. We got to get back at it in game 4. Guys had a rough outing today, but we have solid leadership in the locker room. I'm not worried about that aspect. I think we'll come back strong game 4 and we'll give it a hell of a shot. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Absolutely tough, man. So salute to Dave G. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for your support. As always, man. As always. Let's see here. Shout out to John, $20 super chat says Mitch has been in foul trouble every game this series. Sims should get minutes to take those fouls from Mitch. Sims gets boards. Deuce needs to play when Lowry comes into the game. If we go small, we're going to get out rebounded. Sir, Sims is out for the season, sir. Yeah. Jericho ain't coming to save us. Jericho Sims is not walking through that door, man.
I guess he's looking forward to the Heat and the Knicks in preseason of next season. That's the only time you're going to see him.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Who else? Daniel, let's play the RJ clip. It was RJ Barrett on his approach tonight offensively, man. Let's hear from RJ, man.
You guys, especially early in the game, you guys had a bunch of moments, even just like the first quarter, where you were kind of going at individually their best defenders, Jimmy and Bam specifically. How can you guys get to a place where you're attacking not the Jimmys and the Bams of the world?
Why wouldn't you want to attack them?
Attack those guys? They're both phenomenal defenders. But I take it you disagree with my premise?
Yeah, I mean they're the best offensive players, so try to attack them out. I mean, especially for me, I don't care who's guarding me. Try to play. So if you look at it that way, you can also look at it like maybe if you get them in early foul trouble, it might change the game. So no matter who's in front of us, we just got to play our tough basketball.
All right. And that was RJ, man. RJ says his approach doesn't change no matter who's out there. He's going to attack the basket. Look, that's his A game, right? So that's what he's going to have to do to get points. But just like Brunson and Randle, RJ 5 of 16 from the field, 2 of 7 from downtown, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Wasn't a great one for him. Like I said, I like how he started the third, but it got a little bit quiet right after that, man. Well, what do you guys think about RJ's game tonight?
I thought it was tough, man, just watching it because he, like everybody else, wasn't really in rhythm. So saw him start the third well, but then the Heat just did what they are going to do against the Knicks, which is just wall off the paint, force him to make another decision, force the Knicks to take either difficult shots or shoot the three. It's just tough when you have him, Josh Hart out there, and everybody else like Randle and Brunson, because they all want to do the same thing to a degree. So you want to see him be able to thrive more with the second unit. But once again, I think you're going to need Hart to go back to that second unit to help him to get more playmaking so that way he can get more involved. But you just want to see RJ bounce back again after he was just on a hot streak. So not shocking today considering everyone else was struggling, but you want to see him bounce back for game 4.
I am concerned. I'm a little concerned, and I know people can say, oh, this and that, because it was on the road. Remember when he was struggling, and then we were like, okay, the Knicks people in the Knicks organization felt confident him going back to the Garden was going to turn it around, and it did. Right? He's played well at the Garden in the playoffs, and on the road, not so much. So I'm hoping that game 4 he can bounce back. Because I don't want to create this whole now home road thing. Like, we need to start to create a little bit more consistency. And it's tough because him going 2 of 7 from 3, sometimes I feel like you might even take 2 3-point made from him, because how many games is he really going to go 5 of 9 like he did in game 2? Like how many? I mean, 5 3-pointer mades, that's Klay Thompson, Steph Curry territory. Right. So I'll sign up for a few 3-pointers made, but it's when he goes 5 of 16, when he, from inside the arc, when he struggles, that's a problem, because now we're getting into, okay, what are you going to get from RJ territory? Right. So he needs to have a bounce back. He was minus 32. Oh my God. I almost threw up. Minus 32. That's tough. But I don't know that it was like that bad in terms of what the stat says in terms of on the court, but a lot of it sometimes is bad luck. You're with the wrong combination of players at the wrong time, and boom, these numbers get a little bit blown out of proportion. But yeah, you need him to be better inside the arc, and he needs to bounce back game 4, because if not, it's going to be tough. But I do like his mentality in the post game, saying that it doesn't matter who he's going up against. His approach doesn't change. I like that attitude. It just has to be smart. It doesn't mean that you attack Jimmy Butler just to attack him when he's playing well. You just have to be smart when you attack great defenders.
Absolutely, man. Well said. Well said. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys.
CP, you know how bad it got for me on play-by-play? Because I know, you were at the 40-40, right?
I was at the 40-40. The 40 was rocking, all things considered. Just didn't get the win. But the 40 was rocking. Salute to everybody that came through, that pulled up. Number one place to watch a game, man. If you can't make it to the Garden, it's as close as you can get.
Bro, it got so bad that I started eating dog treats on the play-by-play.
Wait a second. What?
Wait,
whoa.
What?
What do you mean, bro?
Scooby-Doo bones. Like, it was bad, man. I was like, yo, well, this team doesn't have any dog in them. Let me start eating some dog treats.
Oh, my Lord.
And I needed to eat something. And I was just like, man, it got bad. So
wait, are you really serious, bro?
Yeah, I'm serious.
What?
I was starving.
Wait a second. You ate dog treats, bro? I didn't even know humans could eat that.
Bro, it was, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's tough when you're out here. You do pregame, you do 3 hours of play-by-play, and then you do postgame, no bathroom breaks, no nothing, and then your team is getting spanked by 20.
TM, we got to set up. TM had sent me this delivery service that that fans could chip in and like send to content creators and stuff like that, kind of like an Uber Eats type of thing. We're gonna set that up, man. We got to set that up, man. We can't have
rough. This is rough out here, man.
Eating kibbles and bits and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to have you with a proper meal, man.
Yeah, I mean, you gonna have me here eating animal dog food. Might grow a tail in the middle of a play-by-play.
I didn't even know you had a dog. I didn't know you were serious, bro. My man said dog treats, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be chalky as all whatnot, though.
Yeah,
can't believe a dog. Sheesh.
Now
I'll send you the timestamp. I'll send you the timestamp so you can see.
We got to get that going. Well,
okay. I can't even fathom it.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Real quick. We do have an announcement for the fans because the Knicks lost, but KnicksFanTV fans are winners, and they're always winners here because we always give back where we can. And what I'm talking about tonight is shout out to our friends at the Forzano law firm. My guys, David and Anthony, hit me up. They're diehard Knicks fans. They said, CP, we want to give to the people. I said, what do you guys want to do? They said, we want to give 2 tickets to Game 5 at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks take on the Heat. After they win on Monday, they're coming back to the Garden on Wednesday, tied up 2-2.
Wow.
It could be a swing game for the series, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a big one. You don't want to miss it. 2 tickets to Game 5, Knicks versus Heat, and that's courtesy of our friends at the Forzano Law Firm. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if you've been injured in a car accident, a construction accident, slip and fall, trip and fall, nursing home incident, our guys at Forzano Law can help you on the road to monetary compensation. They offer free consultation and free representation until you get paid. That is a great deal, man. Call my guys at Forzano Law Firm. Ask for David or Anthony, 718-372-1397. Or you can visit them at ForzanoLawFirm.com. Their address is 271 Avenue U in Brooklyn. So go ahead and give my guys a call, man. Right off of the F train if you're riding the subway, if you're riding the Iron Horse. And once again, shout out to my guys, David and Anthony, for their support. Now, to sign up, you go to KnicksFanTV.com. Go to KnicksFanTV.com and sign up. And we will announce the winner after Game 4. We will announce the winner during Game 4's post-game show after the Knicks win and tie up the series. So 2 tickets for Game 5, courtesy once again of our guys at Forzano Law Firm. All right.
Not summer league tickets, not preseason tickets.
These are the hardest tickets to get in the playoffs. All right. These are the hardest. People are giving an arm, a leg, and a kidney just to get in the building at Madison Square Garden. So our guys at Forzano Law Firm are making it happen for you. They're giving away 2 for free. So shout out my guys once again, man. Thank you for your support. Okay. We had BroWaHa on the Discord, but he's not there. So with that, we will salute to Tom from Huntington, $20 super chat. Says IQ went from getting the bag to getting a decent wallet. Salute to KFTV, the chat. We got this on Monday. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Manscaped. Salute to my guy Tom from Huntington, man. Bilbo Swaggins, $5 super chat, says Forzano Law Firm. We defend you like Thibs defends Julius Randle. Hey, you know that, man. You know that Thibs will go to bat for Julius, and my guy David and Anthony will go to bat for you guys. Yeah, and rightfully so. We're talking about injury attorneys because the Knicks have now turned into the walking injuries, man. Between losing IQ, now Brunson, Brunson hobbled up, Mitch looking hobbled. Endurance, man. This is why the playoffs is a survival of the fit as much as it is, the best team. There's so much in it that you have to take into consideration that by the time you make it to the end, when you hoisting up that trophy, man, you have truly, truly earned it. By the time you get out that 82-game season and you get through the slog, a 7-game series after 7-game series, it's tough, man.
And that's why before, you look around the NBA, there's been a lot of injuries in the playoffs. And a lot of it, there was an interesting topic brought up with when it happened to Kawhi in terms of, has the NBA become a league where these players are not even prepared really to handle a physicality of the playoffs, to handle certain high leverage, high intensity situations where, everybody's cruising in the season. Nobody's playing back to back. Nobody is really playing the minutes back to back the way they're supposed to. And your body doesn't get used to it. And then now you're in the playoffs and every possession, everything goes to a different level in terms of speed, mentally on the court. Your body now is doing a little bit more than what it's used to. And then you're susceptible to more injury. So when you look at now, this is probably the wrong team to start getting hurt against. But I don't know if that is a coincidence when you're facing a Heat team that is just as physical. They play tough and they hustle. And now, you see what's going on. You see freak injuries, Mitch with a hip, everybody with an ankle, and you can't even dodge the injury bug anymore. So be interesting to see, even the Knicks that have played the season like the playoffs with Thibs, you get to the playoffs and it's just something that you can't even prepare for. You have to be a player, be a part of it to really understand.
Yeah. True indeed, man. True indeed. The Discord is open for the people. We will have the phones up and running after for Game 4. But to the Discord we go. Let's go to BroWaHa in the chat. In the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, testing.
You loud and clear. Let's go.
All right. First of all, I gotta say, salute. Let's go Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
It was an unfortunate loss, but it is what it is. Second of all, I hate to say it, but Richard Jefferson was right.
What do you say?
Nobody hates the Knicks more than Knicks fans. It's ridiculous, the toxicity that we're seeing.
And what?
It's one game. People in the chat talking about Randle is soft, talking about JB is not the one, blah blah blah. Come on. It's one loss. It's a playoff loss. It was tough. Julius Randle did not show up. First of all, I guess third of all, I gotta say, Thibs, this is not Thibs' fault. Thibs can't make the 3-pointers. We were 8 for 40. That's ridiculous. Thibs can't make the shots. Thibs can't make the calls.
Okay.
Tom Thibodeau with this roster made a 5 seed out of this roster. That is incredible.
Roster bad? This is a bad roster?
Tom Thibodeau is not the one to steal on for this loss. This was just shots not going in.
Okay.
We got to love our boys. We got to give our boys some respect. we are still in this. It's a 2-1 series right now with 7 games. We're fine.
Yeah, but
Just
here's the
chill.
problem. Here's the problem. And I'm never going to give Richard Jefferson any credit when he talks about the Knicks because he holds no weight when in that regard. You can't take what people say behind a computer in a chat room and draw that conclusion and say, oh, well, Richard Jefferson's right. You don't know. We don't know who these people are. They could be Heat fans. They could be anybody.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Because there's Heat fans out here talking about, oh, the Heat got your lunch. You're right.
Yeah, don't worry about Richard Jefferson, man. You know,
but I mean, like for real though, like we need to just be patient. We need to have faith. The Knicks are a good, solid team. We see it every day. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but we are in this, and like I still got every faith that the Knicks are gonna do this.
Okay. All right, man. Salute, man. BroWaHa in the chat. Okay.
I saw your comment on the chat, CP. I had to look for it. Since you put so many O's, I'm like, wait, I need to see what was funny. I scroll up and I see the comment by Dimitri.
Yeah. Dimitri said,
says send him on his way.
Trophy and send him on his way. Shout out BroWaHa, man. He always calls it. I like his calls, man. But yeah, we can't give Richard Jefferson bald head ass, any credit. Come on, man. We can't worry about that. We can't worry about that. Shout out to Gamma, $15 super chat says, bro, send this to JD. No Scooby snacks for the squad. Well, man, tables and bits out here, man.
JD's going to be switching from 50 burgers to 50 milk bones in a second.
Chow.
This guy in this bad, I decided to eat a Scooby-Doo snack.
Oh,
Mr. Rudy Poo, $5 super chat. That play you talk
about. We got the video.
Oh man,
bro, what does that even taste like, bro?
Yo, you got it when I showed it.
Yeah. They
showed it. Oh, okay. Like they showed the eating it.
Yes,
I missed it.
Yeah,
this guy in this bad, I'm eating.
Anyway,
I decided to eat.
You guys
Scooby-Doo
just joining us, man.
This dries. Hell.
Yeah, it's I
dry
it's
as hell, bro.
It's very chalky.
I mean, I'm in a stream, so I gotta play it off. But
and B said you on that Rikers diet, man.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. I would say that it wasn't pleasant at all. But I'm not gonna throw up on a stream or anything. I'm nobody next to me to cover.
Oh, man. We
can't call you from the 40-40.
We could have at least sent you some pizza from Cleveland, man. That would.
Oh man,
that would have.
So pizza from Cleveland, the waffle.
Yeah, the waffle from Cleveland, man. We freeze dry it and shipped express, man. Uber Express,
Buzzer. And it'll be Knicks ball.
Wow, you are actually
hurt. Yo, he threw that down like a potato chip, bro. Oh no!
You saw that pause right there.
Yeah, that pause. He was second guessing it.
I was like, oh.
He was second guessing it. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh. Wow, man. You're a better man than me, man. I give you a lot of credit, bro.
God bless JD.
A lot of credit.
I hope we should send that to the Knicks just so they can see how disgusted I was. Maybe that'll get them to play better game 4.
Bro,
JD's got that dog in him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, those are my real faces too, right there. The game, it was tough. because I'm doing the game right, so it's like you losing by 20, and it's 6 minutes left, and I'm just saying, I'm like, yo, I really don't even want to be doing this anymore. I got 6 minutes more to go. He turned into a fan.
All that is.
And you're like, oof. All right, let's get this over with. I never ended a stream so quick. Like the game ended and I didn't even give remarks. I said, all right, see you guys. Just catch us on the post game. I was done.
So to everybody in the chat, man, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. If you guys joined this particular stream late, we had a little bit of internet connectivity issue. So post-game show is kind of in like 3 parts right now. So if you just click on, if you go to the main channel, YouTube channel, and you click on the live tab, you'll see we've titled each one Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. So unfortunately, it was kind of chopped up into threes, but you can go back and watch some of the stuff that we had out there live earlier. Shout out to our friends at Bleacher Report once again. History in the making. KFTV simulcasting on Bleacher Report. I thought that was definitely a vibe, and we'll be doing that again on Monday. So you can catch us here. You can catch us on Bleacher Report. We are everywhere. And yeah, that's a damn thing, man.
That was dope, CP.
Yeah, that was definitely.
I had the chat going, and I'm seeing all these new usernames and stuff. I'm like, man, there's different vibes. They're giving their own comments. So good opportunity, man. I was saying with Alex in the pregame, because we announced it also on the pregame, and some of our thoughts was, I was saying, like, obviously, thanks to you for that, because you're leading the charge, and any additional exposure is just great for us, but great for the fans, because the fans are the reason, our main reason why Bleacher Report reached out, why other networks and sponsors and people around contacts are reaching out to KnicksFanTV, because they're seeing this more than just the Knicks. They're seeing the personalities that are on here, but they're also seeing the chemistry between, KnicksFanTV and the fan base, and that energy, and people want to be a part of that. So definitely shout out to you for that, and shout out to the fans for making every opportunity, whether it's small or whatever, everything is a stepping stone, and it means a lot to us.
That's why we ask the fans, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Everybody's playing a part. We have some talented individuals in front of the camera. We have talent behind the camera, and the people in the chat. So it's a whole ecosystem. Everybody doing their part. Everybody bringing their brick to this thing, and that's what helps us grow. That's what helps us grow. So definitely, it's a win for everybody involved, including the viewers at home. And B in the chat says it's through Bleacher Report how I found you guys. And he says, I'm happy I found y'all. So
look at that.
B, testimonial. That's a testimonial that we're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
TM, make sure to clip that and put that as an action in the chat.
Yeah.
You see that right there? The people, when we say it continuously, hit the like button, this and that. I know a lot of people could take it for granted, because it could be like, who doesn't know KnicksFanTV? Like, you guys are the biggest platform, but you'll be surprised, because every month there's a new group of demographic and fans that enter the social media building, that are creating a Twitter account, that are creating their YouTube account for the first time, and they don't know. There's so many fans that, don't know about certain things. And that's why the algorithm is important, so that, we can get up there. And when people decide to join YouTube and search for Knicks content, when people decide to create an Instagram account, they'll see the KnicksFanTV account. When they create a Twitter account, they'll see a KnicksFanTV tweet. Algorithm is the biggest factor now in terms of branding yourself and getting your brand out there.
Big facts, and well said, man. Shout out to Pharaoh Fan, $5 super chats. It's JD. They think it's real dog food. Let them know it was a kid snack. I'll let JD speak on that. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'll send you the rapper.
No doubt. Shout out to T super chat. Says I went to Game 5 at Cleveland. Their pizza's trash. Man, place is a dump.
And
people like, you coming back out here for Game 5? I was like, no, sir. I'll be home. I'm good. I saw what I had to see out there, and that's it.
What did you see out there outside of the Knicks game?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, man. He set us up with a grand tour. They rolled out the red carpet for us. Yeah, I wish I could have stayed longer, because there was really, really cool stuff in there. Very educational, very historic. All of your classic artists had, like, they had wings for the Beatles. They had wings for, Jimi Hendrix. Just all of the older pioneers that back in the time really didn't get the credit that they deserved for laying the groundwork for the genre and for music, period. They got that respect in there. They have, old outfits and old instruments from some of the greatest. And Public Enemy is well represented in that as well. Hip hop on a whole is well represented in there. So yeah, it's a nice place. I would say that's one of the nicer places in Cleveland to go. So if you are out there, and if you are a music head, even if you're not, it's just cool to see, man. It's a great place. Okay, to the Discord we go. Let's go to the 50th burger. Let's go, Knicks. Go ahead and unmute your mic. The 50th burger on the Discord.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Hey, how you doing, man? What's your name?
Hey, doing great.
What's your name? Where you
This
calling
is
from?
Andrew from Brentwood, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. How you feeling?
Good, good. All right, I'm gonna get my quick points. I'm gonna go rapid fire, and I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
So, I think we really need to get Grimes back into the starting lineup. We played great all year with Josh Hart coming off the bench, and I get maybe Thibs is trying to bring him back slowly, but he's ready. Put him out there. He's ready. The other thing I want to point out is the Heat shooting finally came back down to earth. I feel like we kind of beat ourselves tonight.
Yeah, sure.
And we can play a lot better. I think we beat ourselves.
That's
I know
been
the Heat
the
are playing
MO.
physical, but we can play physical too. We got to go out there and just play Knicks basketball that we played all season.
That's been the MO, man. I thought game 1 we beat ourselves. In game 2, for the most part, it was hard to get through. We just able to eke that out. And today was another one. Today was another one, man.
Yeah, I agree. All right, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, man. The 50th burger. That's his name on the Discord, man. Let's go. I like that.
Probably created that 2 seasons ago when we had those predictions.
That's right. Daniel, go ahead and hit us with the outro music while I read some of these super chats. Lex Boogie $5 super chat says it's a lot of events going on in Miami this weekend. I don't think the young Knicks can fare well in that environment. Miami, Florida is undefeated. Well, they gotta have the discipline and they are grown. They just gotta have the discipline to stay focused and get ready for Monday. Don't go to live tomorrow. Don't go, don't do all of that. Stay on the low and stay out of trouble and get rest, man. Get rest, get treatment and all of that and focus for Monday. Ed O, I think I got that one. $20 super chat from Ed O says tough loss. Well, we've seen this team bounce back before. We knew this was going to be a tough series, and this is what we are getting. Let's see how this team responds to adversity. Knicks in 7. Eddie Rosado says, I went to the game. Knicks fans were duds. Even prior to the game, even the Heat fans around me couldn't believe it. Thought we were MSG South. Ooh. Is that true, man? Is that true? I need somebody else. Is somebody else who was
What you say?
He said the Knicks fans did not represent an MSG South, man.
What I told you, Alex, in the pregame, I said I'll be interested to see how what is the actual turnout, because in the regular season it's much easier to turn out, spend the money, and go to these games because the Heat fan doesn't have that reputation of showing up during the regular season.
They fair weather. Even Khaled came out tonight.
In the playoffs, let's see how many Knicks fans actually put the effort to turn out. Now, I don't know, but I did think it was going to be interesting to see if we can get up to 35%. But we also, you never know. Whoever turned out, we didn't give them much to cheer about the whole game anyway. So
First Lady of Sports, I was there. We were very quiet. But Chad Canelli in the chat has a point. What was there to cheer about? By the middle of the first quarter, we're down by 11 points.
Can't be MSG South when your team's down. Like, what are you rooting for in enemy territory for?
Around from pillar to post, wire to wire. What is there to really talk about?
And
As
literally had no comebacks.
games, as someone who goes to games out here in Boston, like no one's standing up cheering when the team's down. Especially this game had very similar vibes to the first game in Boston, where the Knicks were just down towards half, and like there were some moments where you're like, okay, this is encouraging, but for a game like this, I wouldn't be jumping out of my seat for anything.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Now, I mean, from the people I knew, we was out there heavy. We was out there heavy. Mero was down there. He was doing Formula One, and he went to the game. We got a big group chat going on Twitter. A lot of those guys were down there. People were hitting me up like, CPU guys out here. I wanted to be out there for this game. But, I think we represented. I just think that
there's so many videos, man, just streaming around Twitter of like people in wine. There's a lot of people in wine entering that Heat arena. So I think a lot of people showed up. But as everyone's just said, like, what was there to cheer about? Why is anyone going to be standing up? Even when you look at game 2 against the Heat, was it cheering? You were there. Was everyone up standing when the Knicks were down to the Heat?
No,
was everyone standing and cheering?
I think the Garden's energy in this round has been lackluster, to be honest with you. It's been very lackluster. So,
How about this? I'm shocked. I said this in the play-by-play too after. I was like, hey, let's see if Randle shows up in the postgame. And he did. How about that? You see, I thought, I said I knew Brunson's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Let me see if Randle's gonna. So I do want to point that out and give him credit for that because, sometimes they make something little and they blow it out of proportion, but you do it to yourself. Because if he would have not shown up, I guarantee you that would be all over mainstream and everywhere because they were criticizing him for not showing up the last time. And you just had a good game 2. You don't show up in game 3, that would have looked bad on him. So credit to Julius on that. I'll say that.
True indeed, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. $10 super chat says new territory, overwhelmed. Game 3 can't go 8 for 38 on threes and expect anything. Missed shots, out hustled, outsmarted. New territory, but Knicks should be used to those rims in the gym. Second game there. Trust it. That's all we need. All we need is one. New game, new territory. New game, new territory. As he said, Monday you start 0-0. You bring your energy. Let your energy dictate everything else. And can they muster up enough strength, man? We are the walking wounded right now, but hopefully they could find it. James C, $10 super chat and a Fanchise channel member. Salute. Shout out to JT Riddick, a Fanchise channel member. And he says, let's get back in the fight. Go back to the Garden 2-2. Salute to KFTV. Salute to JT Riddick, man. He's been here for a minute. Salute to JT. Salute XQZ Mindset, $5 super chat. Says maybe it's time to bring in Rose to replace IQ. We can use his veteran savvy in this series, in my opinion. Boy, oh boy, a lot of people still hanging on. Rose Hive is still hanging on for hopes, man. In the Bleacher Report stream,
you saw that? You saw the comments?
I couldn't even.
I'm like,
trying to engage with the people, but like,
you got the casuals out there. What's going on?
Well, it's just a Rose Hive. Rose Hive is a global cult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once you start getting
with
to
the word
those,
cult,
once you start getting to those big platforms, you see the cults from everywhere. Because a lot of those could have been Chicago Bulls fans because they traveled. Rose fans traveled.
Rose Hive is still. There is still a heartbeat.
I remember I sent out a tweet saying,
says we're not going anywhere. Rose Hive.
Bro, I remember when I started my YouTube channel and it was like my 5th video, something like that. And it was on Derrick Rose. I didn't have no Nick algorithm like that then. I was just starting. Yo, my video did like 22,000 views or something. I'm looking at the comments and there's all these Bulls, like Rose fans. And I'm just like, wow, I didn't know it was like that.
Bro,
Man, I have a legend.
I have a friend that's a Bulls fan, and every time I bring up Derrick Rose, it's like you have to be prepared for like the whole 10-minute I don't know, like segment of just how great Rose was, what he means to the city and everything. I mean, same thing with you, JD. Put it on for like podcasts KJE that I used to do, and those algorithm went through the roof. The tweet though that I had, I was being realistic. I'm part of the Rose Hive too, but I'm a little realistic. I'm like, we see the legs just,
bro, and I don't know if it's
bit.
because
my tweet just went was taken as like, yo, you don't even know, you don't have no idea what Rose can do. I'm like, all right, relax,
bro. You can make the argument if he would have won a championship or 2 in Chicago, he might be bigger than Jordan over there.
You might be, man.
Like the way they defend him is crazy.
Shout out to Eddie Rosado. Says, we look shook. Thibs need to make some lineup adjustments. I would like to see at least 5 to 10 minutes for McBride. Brunson is hanging by a thread. Shout out to John, $20 super chat. Says, Mitch has been in foul trouble every game this series. Sims. Oh, I did get that one. Yeah. Shout out to John, though. Shout out to Cynthia. Says, Thibs, ML, arms crossed, yells at the refs. Shout out to Ace of Spade. Tom from Huntington. Moonshadow. Salute. Shout out to T. We got JT Riddick and we got Chuck. Let me make sure that we didn't miss any more.
Who y'all got in this Lakers Warriors game 3?
I'm going with Bron. Yeah, I'm going with Bron.
It's the Lakers versus the Warriors, CP. Just so you know, it's not Bron. It's the Lakers versus the Warriors. That was my question. I didn't say who's the player of the game. He does play with there's 11 active players in addition to LeBron James for the Lakers. Just so you know. You just sounded like Draymond Green there with the crazy LeBron praise. I'm going with Bron. I'm like, wait.
I'm going with Bron.
Is this Draymond or is it CP?
This one's tough to call, man. You know, with the Lakers, I said it yesterday. I give them a lot of credit for getting to this point, especially the way the season started, especially the disaster that the Westbrook trade was. I thought Pelinka did a great job of pulling something out of nothing and getting some good complementary pieces. They put a complementary team now around Bron and AD, but you know, they're gonna go as far as AD goes, man. It's always been their thing ever since they won the championship with LeBron on the backside of his career. They got to go as far as AD takes them, and so this one is going to be predicated on his game. We'll see. He didn't show up in game 2, so he's got to bounce back strong in game 3 at home. He's got to come with it.
Bro, I made the comparison that AD to Laker fans is probably Randle to us. How frustrating you get with a player that could be so good, so better, and you just don't know what you're going to get game to game.
At his best, he's a top 10 player in the league easily.
Do the Timberwolves jump in there too with Cat?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. But shout out to let's see who else we got. Okay, so we got all the super chats in. Back at it Sunday, Al. Who we got Sunday for game of the week preview, game 4 preview?
We got Greg from 5 Reasons Sports. So
okay.
He'll be on to preview the game. We're going back to 5 Reasons. So hopefully, it'll be in our favor this time that the Knicks win. But we'll be ready for that to get everyone all situated and up to date on how Game 4 may unfold.
Yeah. One thing's for sure, the game previews have been great. We've been bringing on great guests with excellent insights on this Heat team. Obviously, Nikias. Shout out to Nikias. Shout out to who's a 19-year-old guy?
Brady.
Brady, sharp guy. He was also with 5 Reasons. So obviously, Greg will also be a good guest. We had who was the first guy we had? Wes was solid. So we've been bringing on great guests, man, who cover this Heat. Top to bottom, inside and out, and those game previews have really been really good. So make sure you guys tap into that tomorrow.
Great job, Alex, and they're doing numbers too. So great job, Alex.
They're doing numbers.
You guys.
They are
but
doing
once
numbers.
Again, can't do that without the crew of KFTV, right? Without you guys, CP, JD. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that everyone doesn't know. Whether it's JD asking a question like, "Yo, I want to know this, man. Make sure to ask this question," or CP just making sure we get the hookup for the right guests. And of course, we got Gamba, Daniel, and everyone doing the works behind the scenes. Tyler, Jared. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of work that goes in here. But once again, goes out to the team, to Knicks Nation for supporting the channel. That's how we're able to do all this stuff. And salute to CP too, man, for being the Ewing of this team, for being the captain.
Absolutely, man. And Daniel, one last time, let's throw up our Forzano Law graphic, because my friends at the Forzano Law Firm are giving you 2 tickets to be in the building, the hottest ticket in the city for Knicks versus Heat Game 5. After the Knicks beat the Heat on Monday and tie things up, boy, oh boy, Game 5 is going to be a classic. Make sure you guys sign up at KnicksFanTV.com. And for those of you that have been injured in a car accident, a construction accident, slip and fall, trip and fall, nursing home incident, or if you know somebody, refer them, because our guys at Forzano Law can help you on the road to monetary compensation. They offer free consultation and free representation until you get paid. Great deal. Call them up. Ask for Anthony or David. Tell them CP the Fanchise sent you. 718-372-1397. Or you can go to ForzanoLawFirm.com for more information. And their address, once again, is 271 Avenue U in Brooklyn, just steps away from the F train. Shout out my guys, David and Anthony, once again. And also, guys, remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. Never have a reason to miss it. Catch it on all major podcast platforms. And that's that, man. Next show is the game preview, Game 4 preview. We'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Knicks will bounce back after a tough loss. Peace.
Here's how you know it's bad. When you as a fan tune into a play-by-play live stream and the guy that's hosting it is eating dog treats. You got to be wondering, wait, is the host eating dog treats? Something's going on. Is there a game? It can't be a game going on.